Good morning. Good morning. All right. Good morning. Can y'all hear and see me okay? Let me know. Let me know. Good morning. Good morning. Now, I was hoping that this would work for YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. But yeah, okay. Yes, you can see and hear me. Okay, cool. I think right now it's only showing on YouTube, but we're gonna see if Instagram, if I can get Instagram into the situation as well. I'm not sure, but we're gonna give it a try. How's everybody been doing? Hello, hello, hello. All right, let's see. Okay, so maybe some technical. Oh, so it looks like I'm not sure. I can't tell if the Instagram is live. Can one of you, maybe Izzy, if you're up for it, can you check to see if you can see me live on Instagram and come back and give me a response? If you could, if you could. Okay, is the video choppy or is it sorry for the technical issues, but you know, shenanigans wouldn't be shenanigans without it, right? Okay, okay. So I hope everyone is doing well. I'm going to, before we really dive in and get started, I'm just going to check and see what's up with Instagram. And if that's not working, then I'm going to not showing on IG. That's what I thought. Okay. You'll find it at the top of your feed on Instagram. Oh, let's see. I think I need to go back there. Okay, go live. Let's see if that's working. Hello, hello, hello. Can you all see me on Instagram? Yes, I think it's working in both places. I think so. I think it is. All right, hold on. We're going to test it out. Okay, let me pop it. Go live. Oh, sorry if there's any feedback. Okay, I think it's working now. Hello, 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 hello. Okay, good. Yes. All right, so I can see comments on YouTube. I do see comments coming in on Instagram. There may be a bit more of a delay on Instagram than here. So give me a hot second to move my phone over here so that I can see. Yeah, thank you. It's good to see y'all too. Okay, so should we kick this back off with some music again? Should I put the theme music back on again? Let's do it. Let's do it. Hold on, hold on. Let's get a little bit going. Let's see if I can get it going. Hey. Hey. All right, we're getting into it. Good morning, good morning, good morning. All right. Hey, everybody. We're back. It's Saturday morning shenanigans, and I'm just like super excited to be back. So thank you for popping in, saying hi, saying hello. We'll give some updates. We'll see what I've been doing, what you've been doing. We'll talk about what's coming up in the future, what's going on with the Busy Peach website, all of those things, right? So Um, yes, yes, yes. Okay, so it looks like everything is going okay. Is the video kind of choppy or is it smooth? Can you all see me kind of moving around smoothly? Let me know. And let's see. Okay, there we go. So there's like a different delay on each screen. Okay, but yeah, let me know. Video looks smooth to you. Okay, good. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, awesome. All right, so what's been going on? Your girl has been in and out, popping around. You see me here, you see me there. You might have been saying, where is she? What's been going on, right? So, I'll dive right in and tell you, and then we can just talk about some fun stuff. So your girl has been MIA for a little while. I think I popped on and did a live not too long ago. You can see that on Instagram. Um, but for the most part, I have not been online on Saturday mornings. So hopefully nobody took my spot. Hopefully, you know, people will come back and hang out and see what's going on. Um, on Instagram, can you guys tell me, is the audio all right? Audio sound okay? Oh, video is smooth. Okay, good deal. Um, so anyway, starting back in the fall, my corporate job said, hey, we're about to let go of a bunch of people. We're reducing expenses. We're letting people go. Thank you, Tagmeyer. Appreciate that. And they even told us like what dollar amount. So it's like, ooh, this is kind of scary, right? Like they don't normally say like how much expense in terms of personnel expense they're getting rid of. Sorry, glasses are doing crazy things. So that started to stress me out a little bit. I have been with my employer for just over 28 years. And so, that's all I knew as far as work from my adult career, right? So, that kind of started to stress me out a little bit. Sales on the Busy Peach side were starting to like slip and go down. My customer service was not the best either, because just anxiety and whatnot just sometimes just paralyzed me. Um, anyway, so um fast forward, made it through the October cut, November cut, December, they didn't cut anybody. I guess they thought, well, maybe we'll be nice to them and not let people go during Christmas. And then, but right away in January, people started to get cut right in January. And then in February, on February 14th, Valentine's Day, I got called in to the office and told that I was going to be losing my position because they were eliminating my role as they were making changes to the department on Valentine's Day. That was not fun. That was rough. And then my birthday was 2 days after that, right? So there was all of that. So needless to say, I went home, I mourned. Like I laid it down. I was in the bed, under the bed, not available. Barely available to myself. I couldn't tell my kids because one, baby Peach, like, you know, barely a teenager, didn't need to be worried about that, like, or stressed out about what that might mean. Little Peach was getting married. Y'all seen the video I posted, the wedding pictures? It was such a fun day. So I couldn't tell her. My girl Tanita was on the phone with me. The girls here in Georgia were checking in on me. Y'all online were checking on me. So I truly appreciate it. The good thing about it is I knew that I needed to really talk to somebody like a professional. And so the day before they let me go, I had my first therapy appointment with the most fabulous Dr. A, is how we'll just refer to her. And I did not know how invaluable she would be in helping me kind of get through all of this. Um, for someone who this was their, well, I had one other career that lasted for 10 months right when I got out of college, um, at a local big box stores distribution center. Child, that's a story for another day. But other than that, I worked at the same place for 28 years. And to be told that I was losing my position, like, felt it was a huge loss. Like, I grew up in that career, in that job, right? Um, yeah, Gwyneth not Paltrow, yeah, 28 years. And so I had been very blessed and very lucky to stay there. Although the way things go now, I probably should have left long time ago so that I could have parlayed into a better salary, more experience, all of that stuff. But anyway, um, I enjoyed my time there. So it felt like a big loss. It was devastating. So it took me some time to recover. Dr. A got me right. I told her, listen, we're talking each week. At a certain point, she's like, okay, you're doing better. You're good. We can move to 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks. No, 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 ma'am. No, ma'am. Every week. I've committed for myself. Listen, I am 51. I may have said 52 in a previous slide because it felt like a whole extra year was added in on there. Um, but I am 51, and I figured if I'm gonna fix anything, I'm gonna fix it now, right? Like we're gonna fix it all. We're gonna fix it all now. So I told Dr. A, listen, you got me every week until the end of the year, right? So just buckle up, Buttercup. um, hey Yolanda, I see you. So the wedding pictures look beautiful. Thank you, Tammy. It was a huge life event, and I'm glad you had some support. Yes, it was a huge life event. And so my fiber family was great. So thank you all to all of you that checked on me. If I did not respond back to your comments, I apologize. But I was taking care of me. So hopefully I should have at least like give you a little heart, a little light, let you know that I saw it and acknowledged it. And I'll be going back and continuing to reach back out to folks. Tammy says, good for you for clearly stating your needs. Yes, absolutely. I have absolutely learned to do that. That took years, but I said, listen, we're gonna work on the peach. We're gonna get the peach right. Let's do it. So that's where I've been. That's what's been going on. Questions for me. I was finally able to tell the kids. I told them all when Little Peach and her new hubby got back from their honeymoon. And so they've been supportive. I have been working on resumes. My job now is to find a new job because your girl's got student loan debts out the woo. So yes. So you guys know me. Y'all know my name. If you see me, I'm on LinkedIn. I'm looking for a project manager position. I love working in the application work front. So listen, y'all see positions or know somebody that's hiring for a project manager or program manager with 28 years of experience in the financial services industry and creative industry. That's a weird mesh, but trust me, it works. And they use Workfront specifically. Absolutely. So that's it. If you are curious about what my salary requirements would be, then DM me. We can chat about that because I don't want to waste anybody's time if you're sending me a position that's not a good fit financially. Your girl has gotten accustomed to paying majority of her bills, so I need to keep that going. So anyway, so those of you all that know that have seen me deal with graphic stuff, you've seen my PowerPoints and decks, you know that I love organizing stuff, keeping things on track, keeping things moving. Yes. Am I based in Georgia? Absolutely. I am in right outside of Atlanta, just outside of Atlanta, Georgia. So I'm looking for stuff that's local or 100% remote. Yeah, so I'm definitely looking for remote or no more than like 2 days in the office. So your girl's gotten comfortable in her home. I've been making the most out of my mortgage. I have been enjoying the use of my house. And it is definitely comfortable. I prefer. But anyway, my experience is invaluable. I listen, you're right, but yeah, we can put a value on it too. So yes. Um so that's what's going on. I get up, I get my day going, I, you know, throw some resumes and cover letters out there and, continue the job hunt. But I've also been enjoying being creative. So look, y'all, look, y'all, look, y'all. There's a couple other things going on over here. Look, y'all, look, y'all. All right. So we'll talk about some of that and I'll share with you what's been going on. What have y'all been up to? What have y'all been up to? What's everybody been doing? I think I see a couple of people over on YouTube. I'm not seeing any comments on Facebook, but that's okay. If you're over there, check in, let me know. And I do have the Instagram. Uh, I'm watching Instagram from my other account. If you're into Barbies, miniatures, dolls, all my creative, create some of my creative stuff is over there. So you guys will see me. I'm gonna pop in over there real quick and throw up some peace signs real quick. Um, there we go. Okay. So let's see. Austin. Oh, nope, let me back up. Crafty Hooker Vanessa, this is over on Instagram, says making a birthday dress. Ooh, like what? Crochet, knit, sewing? What are we doing? How are we making the birthday dress? Oh, Naughty Buffalo says, girl, congratulations. Okay, Naughty Buffalo. Austin Crochet. Hey, Austin, you've been working on 2 test knits for knit collage. Okay. Yes. ST Groffman says reinventing myself. Me too. Me too. Absolutely me too. Fleur de Stitch also growing a human. Yes, I know. I've been working on a little box of some things. But anyway, so I can't wait to see baby Key. Let's see. Oh, Victoria, miss seeing you, but crochet has filled the void until my return. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you've been crocheting. Let's see. Sheila, says, I love all your doll stuff. I'll show you some more in a little bit, Sheila. Izzy, you're actually getting ready to host your first crafters meetup for the Yarn Bodega today. Yeah. Oh, that's exciting. Now, I don't know. I don't think that based on the way I have this set up, I can add you in very easily, but we're going to figure this out today while we're live. You guys can learn too. But in the meantime, Izzy, can you type in the details for the crafters meetup so we can share that live and people can also catch it on the replay? Let's see. Creams Love says started Oh, started as crocheting, went to knitting, now back to crocheting. You love granny squares and the continuous join method, working on a bag. Is that the, what is it called? Jago, join as you go for granny squares? Listen, Courtney, Creations by Courtney told me about that. I found the video. I love it. I will never do, I don't think I'll ever do granny squares without doing that. Yeah. I mean, it's a game changer. All right, let's see. Crafty Hooker Vanessa making a crochet yellow dress. It's a lace. It's in lace. Ooh. Okay, we have to go see this. So Crafty Hooker Vanessa will make sure that we go and check this out as you post pictures. So yeah, that's amazing. Austin says you're off this weekend, made a mixed drink. Listen, in the morning, hey, go for it. If I had time, I would have had a little drink with me too. But right now, I am just enjoying my water because I'm increasing my water intake as I reinvent myself. In my craft, in my handy look how peachy this is. It's so cute. From Five Below, I found it. It was just randomly. So I'm drinking my water. Mm-hmm. Oh, let's see. Okay. So Izzy says she has 2 spots left. If you are in the Bronx or can get to the Bronx, what time does it start, Izzy? I don't see that. Near Yankee Stadium. She's got 2 seats left. So if that's you, if you're like near there or can get up there, run over real quick, www.theyarnbodega.com. Go sign up. It's 2 seats left. So if you're up there, go. If you know somebody that's up there, go. Yes. So take a, yeah, let go. I mean, Izzy's fabulous person to hang out with. So if you're on YouTube, she's adlimsey825. On Instagram, she is also adlimsey or the Yarn Bodega, right? This is from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. So you may have to get off this live and get over there to be live with Izzy. Cool. Run. Go have some fun. So Izzy, take some pictures or video, post it, tell us how it went. Shoot it to me through DMs, like whenever you get videos or pictures done, so I can reshare. Not always seeing everybody's stuff, of course, because IG is, IG. So if you send it to me, I will definitely make sure I repost it so all the SMS crew can see it. So that would be awesome. Yes, we want to see the Yarn Bodega in a brick and mortar. I think that would be fabulous. Okay, so let's see what else have other folks been doing. Let me go back to Instagram and check those notes. Where did I stop? Okay. Hey, Jackie White says, hey, how are you? I'm good. Let's see. Oh, so Michigan lady asks, am I going to get back into using my circular knitting machine? Yes, I will. I have 2. The first one I bought was the Addy, the small one, because during lockdown, you could not find them. Listen, y'all were like, I need something to do. People were buying up the Addies, and I had bought one. It was the black and white one from a big box store. Um, um, Loops and Threads brand. I didn't like it so much. It just wasn't quite as smooth. I couldn't master it. I kept getting holes and gaps. Now I know some people have mastered that one and the Centro pretty good, but I couldn't get it. So I invested and I got the small one. I thought, oh, I could crank out a bunch of like baby hats and some scarves to donate. Especially since I started dyeing yarn and I had a lot of acrylic in the house. So I gifted a bunch of acrylic, but the rest of it, I was like, hey, I'm just going to crank out some hats and some scarves and make sure that I donate them to, some organizations with folks that need it. So that was cool. I like that because it actually clamps to the table. It comes with two little hooks that kind of hook around the bottom legs and then it clamps onto the table. You can screw it tight. And then I found that there is a little piece that you can attach to a drill and you can let the drill do all the cranking. What? Yes. Let me see. Do I have oh, no, I don't have a sample of one of them over here. But anyway, love some power tools with the soft line stuff. Right? Doesn't seem like that would mix, but it does. So later on, the Big Addy became available. I invested in that because then I knew I could make some not humans, make some teen and adult size hats. And I absolutely love it. It's really cool. So for me, I enjoy knitting with power tools. I use my real B drill with the adapter and the Addy, and there we go. So, would you guys want me to post links to stuff that I mentioned here in the lives? Let me know, because if so, in my bio on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, I have lots of links. So in my link tree, I can post where I found these things and give you some direct links. It would then put some money in my pocket too. Listen, I'm trying to maximize all the various streams of income because I need to. So if you are interested, let me know. Give me a thumbs up, a comment, whatever. If you're watching the live stream, let me know. I mean, if you're watching the replay, let me know. And I'll make sure that I post them. So yes, I'm going to be using that. Let's see. Oh, Yolanda says you broke down and got a small 22 needle Centro. Yes. I know a lot of people have said they really like the Centro too. I think that's been a good alternative to the Addy. It was definitely more available during lockdown. So hopefully it's still, pretty available as well. Not as expensive as the Addy, but I understand it works pretty well. And you can find the drill adapters for the Centro also. I think if you go to Etsy, you can find folks. That's where I found mine. You can find folks that 3D print them or craft them. So yeah. All right, let's see. Oh, Austin is saying the pumpkin fade. So the pumpkin fade, I sent him some yarn. The pumpkin fade, you're making a lace and fade boxy with it. Interesting. Okay. Tagmeyer over Instagram is saying finishing up knitting and emotional support chicken. I've been seeing those. Yolanda brought hers out to our knit and crochet in public day. It was super cute. Super cute. So those have been pretty neat. Let's see. Creams Love says also got some more crochet hooks. You guys really like those, right? I have to try them. Listen, I know we all have lots and lots of crochet hooks, but do you ever have more crochet hooks than you need? So I was going through organizing my space last night for today's live, and like I keep running across ones that I don't use. Like for the larger size, I think these came in a set from We Crochet. But for the larger ones, I definitely prefer Prim, right? So I love Prim. I don't even know where I got this one, but it's a boy acrylic, which is pretty cool. It's nice and lightweight. But like these, I know I don't need. Like I'm not going to use them. They've probably been sitting here for years. Should I give these away? I mean, like, do people just want them? If so, I'll figure out a way where you can just go on the website and grab it and just pay for shipping. So, and then these, I ended up finding them, the Nook hook. I found them, I want to say it was Michael's. I'm not sure. Right. So I've got like a K, a J. You can see they're still in the box. They were on clearance. I think they stopped making them, and an I. So these, like, they have to go. Like, they've literally been sitting in the boxes for years because I fell in love with Prim, and that's my go-to. So yes. But Cream's Love, I hear you on the Amore hook, so I may have to try those. I may have to try those at some point. Naughty Buffalo says 2 liters a day keeps the doctor away. Woo, I'm working up to 2 liters. I'm not there yet. Well, let's get another sip while we're talking about it. Yes. Hey, I see some of my Barbie people in the house. What's up? Hey, friend. What's up, John? Let's see. Yes, John, you missed the theme song. Give me a thumbs up over here on Instagram and I will play it again for you real quick. Right? Because I know you like my theme song and I like my theme song too. So any excuse to play it again. Let's see. Sheila says you tried to buy one on Facebook Marketplace, but no luck. Was that the Centro or the Addy? Yeah. What hooks do I use? So I use Prim. For the little ones, let's see, for my tiny hooks, hold on. When I'm doing amigurumi or making my Barbie clothes, I absolutely prefer a metal hook because when I'm doing amigurumi, I yarn under and I already have like super tight tension. So I use, that's not even my small, oh, there it is. I use my preference. I have the Prim and the We Crochet hooks in a 2 and a 2.5. But I absolutely have to have a strong metal hook. You guys have heard my story about the Furrows Odyssey in the bee. It was so pretty. Rose gold metal, glittery pink handle, but the metal was too soft. So I need something that when I'm yarn undering with my tight tension, I can pull real hard and not lose it. Oh, I got some thumbs up over on Instagram. Hold on. We need a quick dance break and then I'll get to that. So here we go. For all my Barbies, all my doll friends that join. I'm gonna have to put this part out and add it in as a promo. Okay, that was a quick dance break. Okay. Oh, okay. The shenanigans are shenaniganing. Yes. Okay, so let me get back to this. Okay, where was I? So, yeah, so I definitely prefer to use a metal hook. So I want to try the Clover more metal hooks for my amigurumi, like in the itty bitty sizes, right? Because I will snap the head right on off of a Prim hook. So I need metal. Yes. So anyway, so that's where we are with that. Okay, let's see. Let me pick this back up. Um, Victoria says, I want to get an Addy size one day, but the Central does fine. Okay, there you go. Jackie is knitting by hand right now. Okay. Um, Wish you had a machine at this point. Ooh, yeah. Michigan lady, you tried it with a drill and broke it. Oh, you got to have the torque low. If you use a drill with your knitting machine, make sure that you have one with adjustable torque if you can, and you keep your torque kind of low. And you got to kind of, as you're holding the trigger on the drill, like ease into it. If you just go boom, fire right away, yeah, you can break that bad boy real easy. So there's still a skill to making sure that you use the drill on a knitting machine properly so that you don't hurt yourself and others. But I know people say it's cheating, like it's cheating. Okay, that's fine, but I'm gonna crank knit because that's how I do. Um, yes, yes, yes. Okay. Hey Danny, I see you. Okay. Oh, Dr. Joyce brought her crochet chicken to Ireland. Absolutely. I love that. Let's see. Oh, okay. Carla, my Mary Kay lady, she's here. My combination of Mary Kay, Fenty, and Buxom, right? So, of course, my Mary Kay Fancy Nancy, that is my signature, my go-to. And you can get it from Carla Jude on Instagram. You can find her. Carla, put your Instagram, your Mary Kay Instagram in there when you get a chance. But you can also find her as C Brown Girl, GURL, and she will hook you up. Okay, let's see. Crafty Hooker Vanessa, you donated hooks to a new crochet learner. Giveaways, yes. About to go through a mountain. Signal will drop. You'll sign back on in a minute. Okay, hopefully you made it through the mountains well. Creams Love, only have one set of crochet hooks. Trying not to fall down the rabbit hole. You're doing good. Because yeah, you can fall down the rabbit hole. And I think in trying to find the best crochet hook, it can be a little challenging too. But yes. Let's see, Jackie, you need to finish your fairy dress. Let me go do that instead. I love that. If you haven't seen Jackie's fairy dress, make sure that you go and follow Jack White Ink, INK, and you will see that. Hey, Mom Gwen, let's see. What else did I miss? Oh, Instagram comments are rolling through, y'all. Did I miss any on YouTube? Nope, I think we're good. Furls is nearly the only one that doesn't kill your wrist, but you've also broken off a metal tip before. Yeah, something about the furls, the metal is kind of soft on some, and maybe they changed it. It's been a while. Because I just breaking my Peach Odyssey broke my heart. So I haven't gone back and tried. Let's see. Naughty Buffalo says, don't ask me how many H and I hooks you have. I get it. Absolutely. All right. So we're caught up on that. Hey, Chantel, there we go. What's up? Thank y'all for joining. Okay. So what else has been going on? All right. Business. Let's talk business for a minute. Busy Peach. If you go to the website, it kind of looks a little sparse out there, right? Your girl is trying to pivot and make some changes for a couple of reasons. In this economy right now, and I think it's getting a little better, but it has been hard. If you've been following others online, on Instagram, on their websites, those of us who are creative entrepreneurs who have businesses with what the rest of the world may say is non-essential needs, for us crafters, they're essential. It's been tough, right? It's been tough as a hand dye, as someone who hand dyes yarn. I I know my yarn is expensive, right? It's going to cost you more than what you can go to a big box store and buy it for. And so I get it. When groceries are going up, gas is high. It costs just as much to buy groceries as it does to eat out. It can be tough, right? You have to decide, right? Am I going to eat food or eat yarn, right? You make your decision based on your needs, right? So I get it. It can be tough. But one thing I can't do is drop my prices below a certain amount. Now, you've seen stuff online for sale, and there is still a lot of my yarn out there for sale because it's got to go. Like, it's got to go. Either it's been sitting there for a while or they're colors that had not been popular because I had moved to dyeing colors in advance for the shows for last year. And that can be tricky. Let's say, I know what's trending in colors and I dye a lot of those, but then nobody wants them at the show. You kind of have a lot of that color. So, right. I mean, that's the thing. So changing my business model in that way left me with a lot of inventory. I did not finish up my fourth show for 2023. I just could not make it work financially. And then for Maryland Sheep and Wool, it hurt my heart to miss that. But y'all, when I tell you I was still going through it with the loss of my job. I couldn't make it work. I couldn't financially, emotionally, all the things. For those of you all that are new, this is Loca. If she might turn around and say hi, maybe you're going to get part of her. Okay. So she's being needy right now. But this is Loca, one of the dynamic duo. Juniper is somewhere being a bad boy. Anyway, so I miss Maryland Sheep and Wool. Hurt my heart to have missed that because that was my best show last year. But I just couldn't do it. I was able to message the event staff and they were understanding. And so unfortunately there's an empty booth there, but maybe they'll let me come back next year. I don't know. We'll see. So I enjoy dyeing. I enjoy yarn. I will probably always dye some yarn. Like I still have some that's undyed, but I'm going to be moving to go back to the dye to order model because it's just stressful. It's been stressful looking at just thousands and thousands of dollars of yarn sitting here and just not going anywhere. And I know it's a couple of reasons, not just the economy, me as well, so I get it. But I miss the shows. I miss being out there and seeing people, hugging y'all, talking to y'all. And so I decided that if I'm going to do shows, I'm going to do them the right way. I learned a lot of lessons doing shows last year. But I decided if I'm going to do shows that I need to be able to take everything with me and fly with it. So if I do shows, it's going to be with my embroidery thread. I'm super excited. What are you doing, ma'am? She's trying to get comfortable. Sorry. So I've decided that if I'm doing shows, I'm going to be doing shows with my embroidery threads. There might be some, there may be a little bit of yarn, but my main focus is going to be embroidery threads. One, they're smaller. It's easy to carry. I can the goal would be to put everything in a large suitcase that I can check, and would arrive at my destination when I get there. Because when I tell y'all shipping this yarn is expensive, it's expensive. So that's what we're going to do. And as you can see behind me, I have been enjoying using my threads. I really like embroidery. I have enjoyed embroidery. I have enjoyed all of the crafty things. So while I have been trying to get myself together, deal with the loss of, this job and all of the changes and stress that, that brings, I have made sure to spend some time being peachy, right? So I think you all have seen on Instagram my posts, maybe even on Facebook, um, my post about being a peach and what that means and getting back to that. And so for me, that means spending time doing things that I love, with people that I love, with things that are feeding my soul and my creative spirit. So I have been embroidering. Um, I haven't dyed anything new, but I feel that coming back, so I'm ready to do some some more dyeing. Obviously, spending time with my cats when I want to or when they want to. Um, I have become a Barbie collector. I enjoy collecting Black Barbies. And if you haven't seen the documentary, go take a look. Um, so I don't know if any of my doll friends are still over there on Instagram, but I think maybe I'll do a live later on today over on my Busy Barbie account. And let's talk about the movie. Let's talk about Black Barbie. Um, there were lots of things that I loved about it. There were some critiques that I have. So maybe we can take a look at that. We'll see. Um, Ma'am, can you get comfortable and be still? So I have been enjoying collecting my barbs. I have also been enjoying creating things for them. So a project that I finished up, Chantel, on Netflix, Black Barbie. You saw the previews. I like it. Yeah, it was good. It was a good movie. So it's a documentary. It's very interesting, and I absolutely love it. But yeah, I have some comments, some thoughts about it. So if my doll friends, think it might be worth it, maybe we can chat about it over there. But I've been enjoying like customizing some of that stuff, just adding like little creative flair. So I'll give you a general idea. This is a small project that I worked on this week. So one of the dolls comes with these funky boots, right? They're a little wild. They're a little wild. Um, so they've got 6 buckles up the side. They've got a chunky foot sole, chunky sole, etc. Right? But they came on one of I think it was a Barbie Extra, and so another artist. Oops, I just dropped it. Man, excuse me. Where did it go? I dropped the other one. Um, Oh, another artist on Instagram, and I apologize. I don't remember her name right off, but I'll make sure to tag her in when I post this. She customized these. So she made them definitely a little bit more punk, right? A little bit more punk rock, which I absolutely love. Um, so I said, "Oh, well, what did you do?" She gave me some tips. And this is the end result. Look at that. So I had fun customizing this. So acrylic paint, ceramic coat to give it that shine, and then just some gold acrylic paint from Joann's. I think it's their top-notch brand in the metallic gold. Um, so that was super fun. Once I did those, I was like, oh, I got another idea for these. So I'm thinking that these might be rainbow red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. I don't know what the base color will be, maybe like gray. I'm not sure. But this was super fun, right? So you can kind of see. So I just need to spray it with a finishing spray so that the acrylic won't crack off or come off. And like little things like that. They're small. I could get it done. I had a good time with it. And, there we go. Oh, I missed a couple of Instagram comments. I'm sorry. I'll come back to those. Okay, so we'll come back to that. But oh, hooks and needles and pins is a Barbie collector. Um, and you crossed it so you can't wait to see my threads. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Um, you definitely cried and then was immediately inspired to dye some yarn. Naughty Buffalo, wait, what happened? Yeah, enjoy the Black Barbie documentary. So yeah, so some of the doll friends over on Instagram were just kind of commenting. Um, hand knit gorgeous dolls is saying they enjoyed the Black Barbie documentary as well. So yeah, I love it. I know some people are like, you're playing with dolls and you're 51 years old, but that's okay. I don't really care because it's fun. I enjoy it. I got adult money. And so now, your parents, you're like, oh, I want that doll. I want that doll. And your parents might, you already have like enough. I don't have that restriction now. Out of hand. Um, but I'm gonna see if this works. But I've been working on some of these doll collectors are very, very creative. And so I've been working on a bathroom scene for my dolls, one of my dolls. This is Yarnell Monet. She's taking a bath. And so I have fun with some of the mini brand stuff. I know that's not the best view because this is a whole laptop that I was trying to show you this on. So let's see. And you know what? I did not prepare the pictures for this, but I'm learning. I'm using a new tool, so I'm on StreamYard. So this is why you can see the screen overlays. You can see, or this side if you're on Instagram, right? Uh, yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna make sure that this goes a little smoother for next time. But it's shenanigans, so it wouldn't be a shenanigan without some kind of challenge. Do I have a dollhouse from my Barbies? I took over a shelf. Um, I have some built-in shelves in my living room, and I took over a set of shelves to make Busyville. The top one I have outdoor space, and there's going to be like a playroom for the kids. Um, I have Herbie's plant shop because I absolutely love, green is my second favorite color behind peach, of course. So Herbie's plant shop, I fell in love with all the mini brands and miniverse plants. So I have a full plant shop in there. And that's next to like a sitting area and a closet space, excuse me, for the mini brand purses, shoes, etc. Have a miniature yarn shop, the Busy Boutique. So that is coming up. I'm using that to display and show the Barbie crochet patterns. So if you are into Barbies and crochet, I have patterns for you. There's a free busy bucket hat pattern. So you can find that on my website or on Ravelry. My website is busypeach.com, BZYPEACH.com. Um, so there's a mini bucket hat pattern that's free. There's also a cowboy hat pattern that called the Hold'em hat, inspired by Beyonce's song, of course. And what else is there? I'm still working on some others because I love designing, but I am absolutely intimidated by trying to make sure that a garment it fits everybody. Like I have not designed a garment for myself. And so trying to design a crochet garment for myself and others in all the sizes, because it would have to be size inclusive, right? Is intimidating. And I do not have the bandwidth in my brain. I don't have the patience or the attention span for that. And then also to have it tech edit and all of that stuff. So bravo to those of you all that do. I love it, and I will continue to buy your patterns. But for me, my designing work is going into like the Barbie patterns, because a lot of those I can do in a short amount of time. And yeah, yeah. Excuse me. Oh, Erin. Okay, hey girl. She says, "Hey, your china cabinets are filled with Legos and toys. Bonus, no dusting." Yeah, right. So, that is definitely a plus, right? Let's see. Hooks, needles, and pins. I'm 65. I've collected all, and I used to make dolls in the past. I love dolls. There is no age limit. Absolutely, I agree. I agree. Everybody doesn't feel that way, but I'm with you. I agree. Um, let's see. So I've been doing that. I've been getting my painting fixed with some of the mini stuff, customizing clothes looks for the dolls, etc. Has really let me get into my creative side. I've really been enjoying embroidering, testing out different techniques. Of course, I have the embroidery kits that are there. I have a full range of colors, right? All 40 colors in the embroidery threads, right? So those are there and available. And I will probably dye some more today. Um, Fire up the dye pots. It's been months, but I'm kind of feeling the call. And I found some new embroidery thread bases. So if y'all are in, grab one of the starter kits from off the website. Um, I was trying to figure out what was the best way to do a starter kit, and I found oh, let me grab one. I found some cases that I thought were great. So you can get an embroidery starter kit on my website, and it's going to come with the crochet bobbins. It comes with the hook. I mean, with the hoop. Ooh. It also comes with fabric to get you started. You get 9 colors, right? You get a pair of scissors, you get a needle, and you get a needle threader. So, let's see. These are what the needle threaders look like, but they're teeny tiny, right? Good morning, good morning, good morning. So I don't even know if this will show up on camera, but you get a needle threader to go along with it. If anybody had braces, it reminds me of the little things that you use to get your floss in between your braces from back in the day. But each one comes, each of the kits comes with a little, almost like a little tic tac case, but it's got 2 needles and the That didn't help at all. And the needle threader in there. But anyway, you can see it better on the deal. I'm going to be working on embroidery patterns for you all so that you can iron them on. So you can see me kind of playing with one of my images that I created and playing with the size if you would use it for a 6-inch, a 4-inch, or a 3-inch hoop. Those are going to be coming and be available. So I like the idea of having, kits for those. I don't know. What do you all think? Where are my embroiderers? If you embroider, like, give me some hearts. Give me some hearts in the comments. Put some hearts out there so I know you're out there. If you know somebody that embroiders, send them my way. Because that's going to be my main focus. There's still going to be some yarn. There's still some yarn on my website. And if you haven't gone to look, you need to go and look because it's 50% off. It will never, ever be 50% off again. I promise you. Some of it is 50% off. So the colors are limited. Anything that I dye new will be at the regular price. But what's out there now on the website, you can get some good stuff. People have been racking up. So I highly recommend going to take a look. Because once all that's gone, it's gone. And the price, the regular prices will be back. Tasha, you want to learn to embroidery? Yes, ma'am. And I think did you tell me you did get a kit? You didn't get a kit. I can't remember. I have to go back and look at our conversation, but if not, I will get you the kit and I will get you some patterns. No, where's my book? Oh, I had a book that I wanted to show you. So if you haven't gotten it, go to Thanks I Made Them and buy her embroidery book. Bianca, oh gosh, I just blanked on her last name. Bianca was a guest of ours last year. She has a book out called Embroider, Respect Embroidery, and I absolutely love it. This is one of the patterns. If I can unhook it, I have it up here. There we go. So it would not fall, but now I also can't take it off. Okay, there we go. Her book is fabulous. So go. You can't find it. Okay, Tasha, I got you. I got you. Springer, thank you. Hey, Lisa, Bianca Springer. And it's Thanks I Made Them. Thanks I Made Them. Spelled just like it sounds. Thank you. I was blanking because I had a small panic because I have her book and I thought I had set it up here as to be ready for the show, and I did not. So thank you, Lisa. You were right on time. Okay, so this is one of her patterns, and I absolutely loved it. I've been, self-care. I've been loving on me, getting back to being peachy, and so I was like, oh, this is perfect. But I had to do a little something, as Tanita would say, add a little razzle dazzle. And so I love it. I have a video and I'll show you that in her book, you can actually take the pages out and there are iron-on patterns, right? So I ironed on the pattern to the Aida fabric, and then I wasn't sure, but about outlining it, but I decided to outline. So I did her beautiful brown toes. Just got a little polish on that one, which kind of looks like my toes right now. Polish on one, the rest need to be done. But I was like, I want to show her like dipping into the water. So I went and got some pearls from Michael's in various different sizes. I used a little bit of mesh from one of my projects for Little Peach's wedding. was making her bouquet holder. And so I used part of um, my debutante dress and my mom's wedding gown. And so this is leftover mesh from or tulle from my mom's wedding gown. So I repurposed that as the loofah, as the sponge, right? The little netted sponge. And then, of course, you got to have some bath salts, right? So, what did I do for that? I actually had some Himalayan pink salt, rock salt, like in the kitchen. I was like, oh, that kind of looks like it would be like bath salt. So I took a little bit of blue, like one drop of blue and one drop of green food coloring and some water and mixed it, in a container, not a lot, just a little bit. And I actually kind of mopped some of it up. And then I put the Himalayan salt in it, spun it around just enough to get it covered, and then took it right back out so it wouldn't start to dissolve. And that's how I got my teal colored bath salts. How fun is that? The little container came from the Dollar Tree. And so I just painted the top white and they were hot glued on here because it's just me, but for some of these, I just don't like having the little the screw showing, right? So I wanted to hide the screw. You can kind of see the back where that is. And that's where it hooks from. Holds, where I hold it. Now the light is blowing this out, but I will post pictures and you can go on my Instagram and see some. But like there's glitter. I painted the hoop, right? The outer hoop, the inner hoop, I actually wrapped in embroidery thread. So I'm sorry, it's kind of tough to see. Let's see if that, oh, there we go. So maybe you can see it a little bit, but the inner hoop has embroidery thread. So this is backwards, right? Normally you have the fabric showing, and then you can just see the outer hoop, but I did it inside out, right? So that it would accommodate the beads. And so I wrapped the inner hoop. That took a lot longer than I thought with embroidery thread. And then I kind of hot glued it to make sure that it stayed together and glittered the hot glue so it looks pretty instead of just like chunky, nasty hot glue, right? So that was one of my projects. I like the small embroidery hoops because, again, attention span. Now, sometimes I get hyperfixated, right? And I have found that I absolutely love French knots. Anybody else love French knots or the bouillon stitch? Y'all know what I'm talking about? Okay, well, let me know. And this is another multimedia piece. And I had a couple people at Maryland Sheep and Wool ask if they could buy it, but I'm not selling her. I wasn't ready to sell her. So when I made her, I wasn't quite sure how I was going to do the face, but I just started with 5 different browns to make her afro, and these are all French knots. And then I got to thinking about her face, and I was like, okay. So I used acrylic paint, and I painted her face. It's kind of a brown with a little bit of rose gold mixed in, so it has a little bit of a shimmer. Maybe you can see a little bit. And then I stitched over and did her eyes and her lips. So the lips are done in, what color did I use? I used rose apple, and you can see her teeth just a little bit. So white is my polar berry, rose apple for the lips, black diamond pearl for her nose and her eyes. The browns for her hair are, peach tree bark, dragon eye fruit, and think one of the browns is not on my actual listing because it was a color that I kind of messed up. So anyway, and then but I was like, she needs something again to hide the hook. And I do want to cover her back. I do want to like cover all of this, but that's the back of a French knotted piece. There are a lot of them. There is no light getting through this. Okay. None. I made sure. Um, and so I wanted to do her Afro pick, right? Classic, the pick with the peace sign and the raised fist. That is actually foam. So it's craft foam. So I used a X-Acto knife and just kind of took my time, traced it in pencil on the foam first, and then cut it out. You can see I kind of carved out gently the detail on the hand. Kind of trying to get these as thin as possible was a little tough, but I did it and I think it works well. And so that was her Afro pick. So I'll enjoy the multimedia aspect of it as well. Sometimes, you just want to be simple. This was a quick and easy one. I actually don't mind the hook showing on this one because I just wanted it to be clean and classic. And again, I love French knots. So although I covered most of it up, the pot I did as a basket weave. Basically, I did a bunch of stitches, like long stitches from here to here, here to here, here to here. And then I took my needle and thread and sewed back and forth. So I would go from the back, pull it out, and then weave it through, and then push it back in, and then start over on the next row. So it was a little bit of sewing and a little bit of weaving, right? And so if you look very closely, you can kind of see like a basket type look to it. Again, I'll take better pictures and post them. But I love string of pearls. That's the name of the plant. It's a type of succulent. I absolutely love it, but it is super toxic for cats. So I can't buy one. Now, I do have one in the Miniverse plastic ones. It's super but I figured this was a way for me to have my string of pearls plant and not put the cats at risk. And then I just kind of went back afterwards because it was just kind of floating in the air and just added with a satin stitch, a little shelf. So to me, like this one I love just as it is. I didn't want to paint the the hoop because I just wanted to have a natural look. But the Ada fabric I did hand dye. So the fabric is in peachtree bark. So a question I have for those of you all who are saying that you want to learn embroidery, I'm hoping that you're going to buy my starter kits and try that as well. And for those of you that already embroidery, would you want the fabrics in the same yarn colors, right? So in other words, would you want a fabric? Let's say you're really into neon green or you're doing something with neon green. Would you want to be able to find the Ada fabric in this color green, like in all of the 40 colors that I offer in the yarns and the threads? Would you want that on Ada fabrics too? Victoria, you said that should be a t-shirt. What should be a t-shirt? The my Afro lady? Let me know. I missed that one. Sorry. Road to Healthy, so creative. Thank you. I'm very artistic. Yes, I'm gonna toot my own horn a little bit there because my mom was an artist. I have her artwork all over my house. She painted. She oh, that's gonna bother me. She painted. She did copper repoussé. Um, she used acrylic. She used watercolors. She Chantel says I want a fabric immediately. Okay. Um, we grew up, I grew up sitting at the picnic table in the backyard doing art in the summertime. That's That's my mom. You can see she's in a wheelchair. She had multiple sclerosis. I keep this over here um, just for inspiration. Now, this is not one of her sculptures, but this was at the art gallery that I kind of half grew up in with her, looking at the work of a Mr. Ford. Um, but this is my mom, and she painted and created until she just couldn't. So yeah, let's see. Naughty Buffalo, you've been thinking so hard about stocking embroidery thread, but I haven't done it in so long, so I have zero idea of what's going on in that market. Yeah, I've been doing some market research too on the embroidery side of it, like informal. I'm doing it because I like it, because I love it, because it's fun, because I can be super creative with it, right? This was not my green thread, but it matches very closely to like my neon or soursop. But this is my dragon eye fruit. This was some leftover white thread with some shimmer in it that I had. I dyed, the fabric. It's just letting me be creative, and I'm then turning around and sharing it with you all. I really feel like as a business owner you have to believe in the product that you sell, and I absolutely do. Right, I definitely believe in my yarn. I At the beginning I was like, you know what, if nobody else buys this, at least I got all the cotton I could use for my amigurumi, so I'm good, right? But I was able to obviously sell some of that. um Let's see. Lisa says, so powerful to keep our family and ancestors close, especially when we're creating. Yes, I'm loving this, of course. Are you multi-streaming? Yes, I'm multi-streaming. Um, Remind me again, and I'll talk about that towards the end. But yeah, for me, this is fun, right? Adding embellishments. So all of these I kind of put up here to show, different things that I love about it. And of course, I spent all the time last night putting these up here just right, only to pull them down, right? But I wanted to make sure that I had things that were fun for me to make. So this one was fun, but also has a bit of a message. I didn't post about this during Pride Month because I'm not a part of the LGBTQ plus community, but I absolutely fully support. And so this will always now be in my booth. I think I had it at DFW. I can't remember if I had it in my booth at Maryland Sheep and Wool, but it just kind of came about. I had some neon colors paints that I hadn't used for anything, but they were rainbows. So I was like, oh, let me do the rainbow on the hoop. So I did that in my neons, and then I took my fabric, and this is hand painted, and so I took the neon paints and just kind of did a design with the neon paints here. And so this is a hand painted fabric. And then I added a very important message. I'd seen it on a bumper sticker, and to me, it was just very plain and simple. One of my favorite words, y'all. I say it all the time because I'm a little Southern girl. But I saw this and I was like, oh, like 3 words that sum it all up. Y'all means all. Come as you are, as you will or may. Right. So I hope that lets people know. And I put the neon bow because I have this neon orange ribbon for some reason. Not as a warning, but as an eye catcher, right? When you're in my booth, it's just gonna catch your eye. It sits out there. It's like, because I want people to see it and to know this is an inclusive space. Okay. So I had fun with that one. That was a lot of fun. So again, used ribbon, um, black apple diamond, black diamond apple, black diamond apple thread, and neon paint from Joanne, their top notch brand. And then, you can't see it, but I use a finishing spray. It's a satin finishing spray on there. So, yes. Um, do y'all want to see more? Yes? No? Give me some hearts if you do. Okay, so let's see. Chantel is saying July is Disability Pride Month, meaning to have pride in your disability and focusing on what you can do and not what you can't. Ooh, okay. Um, yeah, I've been very blessed, but I'll tell you, in my family, my mom and my aunt both had multiple sclerosis, and I had not planned to talk about this. Um, it with both of them having multiple sclerosis, it keeps me aware of um, the community that may have trouble physically um, in different areas, right? Um, I do not park in handicap spaces. Um, I make sure that I don't block because I'll pull up in front of a store and sit in a minute if I'm sending baby Peach in for something. But I make sure that I do not block ramps, all of that stuff. Those kinds of things kind of keep me aware physically. And that's just because with maneuvering my mom through public spaces, it could be really, really challenging at times. And so that's something that always kind of stays front of mind for me. So yeah, it's kind of cool to know Disability Pride Month. That's awesome. At when she was still with us on this earth, I don't know that that was a thing. I don't know. She left us in 2010. Ooh, I miss her, y'all. Oh, I missed her at Little Peach's wedding. So, but while I'm, sad that she's not here, and oh man, she would absolutely love all of this stuff. And would have been right there beside me, cheering me on. But I honor her in it because she gifted me with, an artistic spirit. I think I get a bit of my entrepreneurial spirit from her. Um, and you celebrated for her too. Thank you, Chantel. I'll take that. Um, I lost my lip gloss, y'all. Um, and my train of thought, apparently. So we're gonna move right along. Um, but yeah, okay, yes. I think, ladies, you have a wonderful Saturday. Thank you, Mama Gwen. Nice to see you. Oh, that reminds me. Mama Gwen has purchased my embroidery threads, and she on a past live, I don't know if it was last year or year before, um, actually crocheted a beanie with the embroidery threads. It's super cute and super soft. My current embroidery threads are by Victoria. She's in these streets. Be peachy, girl. um, my current embroidery threads are 100% Cupro Italian recycled cotton. Fancy, right? I'll be adding some new bases. I'll keep you posted on that. They are absolutely coming. I'll be ordering some of those today. And I'm going from there. Let's see. People who block sidewalks, walkways because they don't want to park in the street or pull in their driveways drive me bonkers. It's so dangerous to navigate for people with disabilities. Absolutely. Absolutely. Naughty Buffalo, you're so right. Okay. So what else do we have back here? I like I said, I like the multimedia aspect. I had some buttons that I bought from either Michael's or Joann's. I want to say it was Joann's. That I had not used, didn't know how I was going to use them, but they were little trees. They were so cute. They were green. That's what got my attention. It was such a pretty soft sage green. So what I did was, and they actually were parts, right? The button hoop in the back was attached to the green, and then the brown, the tree trunk, um kind of nestled onto the back of that. So what I did was, I pulled the two pieces apart. I used my X-Acto knife and cut off the button piece, and then just used a little bit of super glue so that the two pieces would stay together. And this one I actually whipped up in one night. Just the plain white Aida fabric, again, just crisp and clean. And then for this part, it's actually fuzzy, right? 3D. I had bought a punch needle, never used it. So I was like, why not try it? So I used the punch needle and just punch through, punch through, punch through, and made some really big loops. It looked messy, blah, whatever, but I knew I was going to cut it. I took some hot glue to the back and glued it down. I don't know if you're supposed to do that or not, but that's what I did. And then I cut the loops. So it's fuzzy, it's grass. And then I hot glued on my trees. And that just makes me happy because it's green. It's a couple of different greens here as I played around with different textures, different colors. And so that made me happy. What else do you want to see? So as you can see, I really enjoy the multimedia aspect. So if people really like these, I'll put them out. People can vote, and I can put them into different patterns that you can then replicate. This one, I was practicing my bouillon stitch. And so this one I entitle, I Think I Love You. Right? Because they're thinking. But these are all bouillon stitch in just random order. And in the polar bear white thread, and then outlined in black diamond apple. Again, the fabric was white Aida fabric that I dyed peach, and then I painted the hoop black with is the painted kind of has a satin finish. I like the satin finish on things. Sometimes glossy is too garish and matte is too blah. So I use the satin finish there. So this is what I've been doing. What do you think? I have another book that I bought at Vogue. I had the pleasure of meeting this artist there. She was autographing her book, and so it says, Laverne, best wishes for your stitches. This is super cute. So it's Mystical Stitches by Christy Johnson, another Black maker. Embroidery for personal empowerment and magical embellishment. I thought that was cute. But look, y'all, look, this is the front. This is the book cover. And look at the inside of the book cover. It's the back of the piece. Isn't that neat? And it's so cute. I love that. And so she has quite a few talks about, instructions on making things, like if you're talking about like the human form, or livening up your closet, how you can use embroidery on your garments. This piece is all French knots. Again, I know I'll do more than that, but I'm actually going to add it as a patch to a blue jean bag that I'm making. So after I did all of the French knots, I took it off the frame. I cut the edge, and then I just kind of hot glued the edging down, and I'm going to then hand stitch it. It's a bit thick. And so what I'm going to do is, just with some purple, this is kind of purple fade, I'm just going to hand stitch it onto the jeans as a little patch. So, there are lots of things that you can do with it. So that's part of my pivot, right? Embroidery thread, still stitching. I'm still gonna be crocheting. I'm still gonna be dyeing. It just may look a little different. With the yarn, again, like I said, you know, out there on my website, is for sale in the full size yarns. The embroidery threads are not on sale. There's a little bit of a discount starter kit to get you going, and I'm going to be adding some patterns out there as well. So you're going to see a lot more being offered in the embroidery space. The peach uh, embroidery tray, the trays are going to come. This one does not have it, but they will have the magnet. Some of you already have them. If you have them, post a picture so I can share it because they basically sold out. But I have the peach trinket tray with the magnet in it so that you can put your needles down and your little threads and all that stuff, but your needles won't go anywhere. So it's like a needle minder and a tray in one. What other shapes of trays would y'all like? Because see, this is how I get my resin fix. So much fun. This one has Busy Peach yarn in it. So it's really cool because it almost makes the yarn like transparent. But this is the sour sop and then that's peach. So yeah, it looks different in resin, right? But like what other shapes of trinket trays would y'all like? There are all kinds of molds out there. So I'll look around and see. But I absolutely love having the magnet in it as the needle minder. So this is me. This is what's been going on. Questions. Maybe other fruit. I thought about that Road to Healthy. I saw a strawberry one that I like because I think strawberry is big in the kawaii world this year. But yeah, I'm gonna take a look and see what other molds I can find, and maybe I'll have you guys vote on them before I buy them and see if people actually want them or do pre-orders. Okay, cool. You would love a resin shaped as a hummingbird. Hmm, interesting. Okay. Okay. All right, y'all. So, like, what questions do you have? It's 11:45. We're getting close to the 2 hour mark. Try to keep it at under 2 hours if possible. What other questions do you have for me? What concerns? Encouragements? Did you guys follow my post this week as we were counting down to the shenanigans? Let me know. Each day I highlighted a letter. Peach. Peach. As I was going back to thinking about, for me, what being peachy means, what it means for me to be a peach. And so, I figured let's talk about each one. P, positive. E, encouraging. A, anybody remember what A was? Audacious. C for creative and H for happy. Those are all of the things that I want to make sure I am bringing to you. And so part of my being absent, part of my delays in shipping, delays in orders, flaking out on collaborations was never personal. It was me not being my peachy self. And that's okay. It's okay to not be peachy. It's okay if you're not feeling peachy all the time. Right? Positivity is important. Feeling peachy is important. We don't all always feel that way all the time. Unfortunately, the fiber arts world lost a member this week. And so I just encourage everyone to check in on your friends. A lot of times, the strongest of us may not show it, but we still need people to check in on us. Those of us who are the most encouraging, the brightest, shining bright, um, might feel really dark on the inside. So check on your friends. It could just be as simple as a text, a DM, a phone call. They don't respond right away. It's okay. They just may not be in that space. Now, I'm saying that because I'm speaking for me. I am, believe it or not, an introvert. It doesn't mean I can't be sociable and talk to people and be bubbly and bright and fun. But what it does mean is that when I need to recharge, I turn inward. Extroverts go outward. They gain energy from people, from others, from being around and activity. For me, listen, I don't need to talk. I don't need to go anywhere. I can take a nap. Wonderful thing, right? So for me as an introvert, I go quiet. I don't talk. I don't communicate. I already don't talk on the phone anyway. So it's rare that I'm going to pick up and call, or, sometimes I won't answer. But it's because I'm working on me. I need that quiet time. I need that time for introspection. I need that time to talk to myself, to encourage myself. Um, I would sing it, but it ain't gonna sound great. But I have posted for Wednesday, which was Thursday, which was encouraging, right? A song, encourage yourself. Sometimes you have to encourage yourself, right? But be there and encourage other people too. Um, just check on your people, right? Um, yeah, I think that's all I can say about that, as Forrest Gump would say. Um, but I'm enjoying being peachy. I am enjoying learning who I am. People used to say, I'm finding myself. I think that's what I'm doing. I'm finding myself, right? Who am I outside of being in this corporate position that defined my work life for so long? Who am I as a mom? Who am I as an individual? What makes me happy? Let's get back to that. Um, what are my dreams? I lost dreams. I forgot how to dream. I forgot how to think about something that wasn't pressing right in front of me, right? So I'm trying to find that again, that space to dream and feel and work towards feeling free, right? Now, I still need a job because I still got bills to pay. I still got a roof I need to keep over my head and repair, right? But I'm just taking my time and making sure that I'm intentional about what I'm doing, how I'm spending my time, how I'm showing up for myself, and hence for you. So, um, there's a question. How do you find the confidence to be on camera like this? I hate the other side of the lens. Um, at this point, I've been doing it for years now, right? We've been doing Saturday morning shenanigans, minus a few hiatus, for years now, starting back in 2019. Um, and so with practice, comfort grows. But I also, along with my original host, we decided that we can't worry about being perfect because it's not going to happen. We're not perfect people. And there may be videos delays, there may be poor quality, there may be me walking through the airport and losing signal, me being out by a pool in Kansas and it's 100 degrees and the phone saying it's too hot and shutting off in the middle of a live stream. Me over here in my tight little space because I don't have a whole full blown studio, knocking over the camera. Something's gonna happen. The shenanigans are gonna shenanigan, and that's okay. So if you're coming here for a perfectly scripted and boom, 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 in order, seamless show, that ain't gonna happen over here. I'm just gonna be me. And I would say just be comfortable with yourself. I would say to be brave enough, audacious enough to just be you, right? Um, as a Black person, I have learned to code switch automatically. I'm trying to unlearn some of that now, right? Um, but I felt like I had to in the corporate world and to get ahead. But I am unlearning some of that and making sure I'm showing up as me. Authentically me and not just the me that other people want to see. Right? Hey, that rhymed. Um, Practice. You can practice. If you want to be on camera like this, you can practice. The thing that I love about this is, I mean, I know y'all are there and you're commenting and you're throwing hearts, throw up some hearts real quick or some peace sign, something, right? Let me know you're there. I know you're there, but I'm not looking out into an audience of faces staring back at me. Also, I will go live with a person. Bye Sheila. Okay. I will go live with a friend, with a partner. So Natty Buffalo, the person that asked this over on Instagram, Instagram is great because it has a practice feature. You can go live on Instagram and practice. You can choose your audience. So you can choose it to be public with everybody that's going to be watching, or you can choose to do a private practice session and you can invite a close friend. And I say do that because it lets you do a couple of things. It lets you learn where all of the different buttons are, or the different options to select, like how to flip the screen, how to flip it back, how to share content, how to add someone in. It gives you the opportunity to get comfortable with the controls on Instagram Live. Right now, I'm using a tool called StreamYard. It was shared with me by one of our fiber friends years ago, and I just never really got comfortable with it. Also because I couldn't stream from StreamYard to Instagram. That has now changed. So now I am simulcasting from YouTube YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Now we're gonna see how all of this ends and how I can repost on all three. I'm gonna be figuring all that out. So hopefully you'll be able to watch the replay. But just try it. It helped me to have a partner to talk to have a guest to talk to, because then I wasn't just trying to figure out what am I talking about? What do I talk about? Some people plan their topics. You can absolutely do that so you can feel prepared. You can set up your area so that you have, your props and tools, beside you. Usually I have my tea. Today is water, my lip gloss or my chapstick, because I know my lips stay dry and I don't want to look crusty. And you can just set up so you have all of the things. So I would encourage you to practice. If you want to practice with me, DM me, Naughty Buffalo, and we can do a practice session. I like doing that. It's a lot of fun. And if you want to do it today, we can do it today. If you want to do it a different day, we can do that. SM Siren says sitting with yourself is a really great first step. Absolutely. Now, I am not always comfortable with me, but I still do this anyway. I don't always feel like I look the prettiest. At a certain point, I felt like I always had to have makeup on when I came on camera, but you've seen me do some lives without it. I felt like I always had to have my hair like just right, but then I put on a knitted hat or a crocheted hat and went on with the show. You're going to get me. There's some times where I couldn't be completely bubbly and peachy because things in the world really had me down. And that's okay. I shared that with y'all. But then together we kind of regrouped and pushed and moved forward. To me, that's important. This has just become habit. It's become a thing. And while I was kind of taking my break and working on me the last couple of months, I missed this. I missed y'all. I miss what it does for my weekends. It will get me up and going on a Saturday. Like I'm raring to go now. I may or may not go outside, depends on how hot it is. But they're just things that I want to do. So if you want to do live, you can practice on Instagram. Absolutely do it. Absolutely do it. And if you are interested in doing a practice session or would like to have me as a guest, when you do a live, reach out to me. Let's talk. You can come be a guest here on Saturday Morning Shenanigans. If you're going to do a live and would like to have me as a guest, I'm happy to do that with you. I'm happy to share, any other best practices, answer any questions, right? I'm not a professional broadcaster or content creator or any of that. I'm just me. I'm Laverne. I'm Miss Peachy. I can just tell you what I do. What's worked for me, what hasn't. But what's worked most for me is knowing that on Saturday morning, the shenanigans are going to be shenaniganing and to lean into it. Let the shenanigans do what they're going to do. And on that note, I'm going to enjoy the rest of my Saturday. I'm going to go grab some breakfast. I guess technically it's lunch now. I'm going to finish working on my current embroidery project. That one. This one. I'm going to finish organizing my busy peach space and getting rid of stuff. I'll post some giveaways on my website. So go check out the website, some new things. Become a member of my website. I'm trying to consolidate the social interactive aspect. So you can become a member on my website that will keep track of your purchases. You can see what you bought. You can connect with other peaches. You can do all of the things, right? There's some discussion boards out there if you want to join them. It is in one place, so you don't have to go to Slack or to Discord or anything like that. It's just all going to be through my website. So the tools that I'm going to use the heaviest are Instagram. I love Instagram. I'm still building up YouTube because, again, I think that monetization is going to come and it's more trackable on YouTube. And Facebook is a necessity, but I just don't spend a lot of time over there. So I post stuff, but I'm active on Instagram. So follow me, BZYPEACH, Busy Peach. You can also follow my Busy Barbie account if you want to see more what I'm doing on my creative side with the Barbies. Join me for, this next chapter. Come on along. Hop on the train or get out the way because the train is rolling.